안녕 친구들, 잘 지냈어요? 오늘도 하나님 앞에 예배하는 시간 우리 눈 감고 기도하고 시작합시다. 하나님 아버지 감사합니다. 우리 사랑하는 친구들 지난 한 주 동안도 지켜주셔서 감사합니다. 하나님 앞에 예배를 잘할 수 있도록 이 시간도 지켜주시고 도와주세요. 예수님 이름으로 기도합니다. 아멘.
Walking with Jesus, walking every day, walking all the way. Walking with Jesus, walking with Jesus today. Walking in the sunshine, walking in the rain, walking every day, walking all the way. Walking in the sunshine, walking in the rain, walking with Jesus today. Praying with Jesus, praying every day, praying all the way. Praying with Jesus, praying with Jesus today. Praying in the sunshine, praying in the rain, praying every day, praying all the way. Praying in the sunshine, praying in the rain, praying with Jesus today.
Alright. Okay, today we're talking about God provided for Hannah. Let's read it together. As Samuel grew up, the Lord was with him. He made everything Samuel said come true. So all the Israelites recognized that Samuel really was a prophet of the Lord. Everyone from Dan all the way to Beersheba knew it. 1 Samuel chapter 3, verse 19 through 20. Okay, guys. Long ago in Israel, in the land of Ephraim, a man named Elkanah lived with Hannah, his wife, and Hannah wanted to have a children, but she had no children, so she was very sad. Hannah and Elkanah loved God, so they went up to the tabernacle every year to offer sacrifices and worship God. One day, when Hannah and her husband went up to the tabernacle to worship God, she prayed there, Lord, please give me a son. Lord, if you give me a son, I'll give him back to you as your servant. He will serve you for the rest of his life. Hannah prayed to God for a son. She was not ashamed to tell God what she wanted. Above all, she wanted to glorify God. A priest named Eli was sitting nearby and watching Hannah pray. He couldn't hear, but he saw her lips move. Eli thought Hannah was drunk. So he told Hannah, Hannah, don't get drunk. And Hannah said to Eli, Priest Eli, I'm not drunk. I just feel very sad that I do not have children. So I poured out my heart to God to give me a child, she explained. And Eli heard Hannah's word. He felt sorry for Hannah. So he said to her, Oh, Hannah, I hope God will answer your prayers. And I trusted in God to give a son. After the service, Hannah and went home. God answered Hannah's prayer, and after some time, Hannah gave birth to a son. Hannah and Elkanah were very happy. She named the baby Samuel. Years passed, and when Samuel was a little older, Hannah took him to Eli in the tabernacle of God. Hannah said, Priest Eli, do you remember me? This is Hannah, where I prayed to God for a son. God, He answered my prayer and gave me a son. Priest Eli, I promised to give this child to God, so I brought him to serve God for the rest of his life. There, Hannah gave a son to her Lord. When God answered Hannah's prayer, it would not have been easy for Hannah to take Samuel to the temple, but Hannah trusted God and sent Samuel away to serve God all his life. Hannah worshiped God and returned to her home. And Samuel stayed in God's house to serve God with Eli. Over time, Samuel was able to do several things to help Eli. He cleaned the lamps and filled them with oil to light them. Every year, when Hannah came to the tabernacle of God, she brought new clothes for Samuel. God loved Hannah so much that He gave her more children. Hannah served God all her life. As Samuel grew up, her life taught him to read the Word of God. One night, Eli was sleeping in his bed, and Samuel was lying in God's tent. But in the middle of the night, as he lay down to sleep, Samuel heard someone call his name. Samuel, Samuel. Well, Samuel thought that Eli was calling him and ran to Eli. Priest Eli, I'm here. Did you call me? But it wasn't Eli. Eli said, Samuel, I didn't call you, so go and sleep again. Well, children, how would you feel if God called you late at night? Would you guys feel terrified? Or will it make you feel good? Or will you be afraid? Think about it. God called Samuel several times, and each time Samuel went to Eli and said, Eli, I'm here. But when Samuel went to Eli the third time, he finally realized that God was calling Samuel. Eli told Samuel how to respond when God called Samuel's name again. And when Samuel went back to his bed and lay down, God called again, Samuel, Samuel. This time, Samuel said, Speak, God, and your servant will listen, just as the priest Eli had told him. And God told Samuel that he would judge Eli's family. Well, Eli's sons were serving as priests in the tabernacle of God. Eli's sons were supposed to lead God's people to love and respect God, but they were evil, and their evil deeds angered God. Next morning, Samuel was afraid to tell Eli that God would judge Eli's family. But Samuel told Eli exactly what God had said to him. God used Samuel to deliver the message for him. And for Eli's family, he had just done as God had told Samuel. Samuel grew up serving God, and God was with him always. Children, Samuel was a little boy when God first began to speak to him as a message for God's people. Just as Samuel used the word of God to make God known to his people, He is calling you to do great things for God. God tells you to share about Jesus with the people around you. The Bible says that even when you are young, you can be a wonderful messenger for others. Please be the ones who tell others about Jesus this week too. Alright? Let's pray. 하나님, 감사합니다. 사무엘을 사랑하셔서 사무엘을 통하여서 하나님 나라를 세우시고 하나님의 백성들을 가르치게 하시는 것처럼 하나님의 말씀을 듣고 하나님을 사랑하는 우리 친구들이 되도록 또 예수님의 말씀을 쉐어하는 친구들이 되도록 도와주세요. 예수님 이름으로 기도합니다. 아멘. 우리 사랑하는 친구들 한 주간도 잘 지내고 see you next Sunday. 오케이? 안녕. 바이바이. 잘 지내요.